Today we're going to do a quick little tutorial on our Ferrari Roma. Got our key here. I've got focus. I've got unlock, lock. I can double click for the rear bonnet. Walk up to the car. Just grab the handle. No need to even unlock. It'll unlock itself. Back here, I've got a battery tender plugged in. That will go right here. That is the most important part of any new Ferrari is the battery tender. You need to make sure that you'll plug it in as much as possible. So back here, we're gonna have our car cover. Factory battery tenders for us is gonna be in that bag there. Under here, we'll have our fix-a-flat, your various tools that are associated with the car, some gloves and some fuses. Fuse puller. This button here will fold down the rear seat. You just click that. I'm not going to reach in there, but you can fold down the rear seat. Actually, you know what? So your rear seat fold down again. Just click that button there. Fold them down. Your plaque here will have all of your vehicle options. Go ahead and plug it back in. Again, just right underneath. Front bonnet, I just pop that to unlock the front bonnet. Stick my hand underneath, slide to the left. And we've got our motor. The only thing I really pay attention to here would be your windshield washer fluid, otherwise the dealership will take care of all of that. Quick pop to close it. On the inside, on the side of the seat, you will have your quick adjustments, up, down, forward, back for the backrest. Obviously you can move the seat back and forth as well. On the door panel here, we will have our trunk release, memory positions. This will be the actual release for the door. So, starting on the left side, we'll move to the right. We will have all of our mirror functions here, so I can fold my mirrors. This button. Got left and right adjustment. Now the trick here is start with your finger in the center. Hold it up, hold it down. That'll move it up and down. Hold it to the right, or to the left and the right. If you tap, it will not move it. So you need to start in the middle, just hold it left and right. You've also got your automatic headlights, your parking camera, your parking sensors, and this will be the stop start. So whenever I get in the car, I like to click that, turn that off. Your steering wheel is gonna have your cruise control, voice control, answer and disconnect for the phone, resume, that's gonna be part of your cruise control. This will be your up and down to increase and decrease speed. You're gonna have your brights here. I know because my headlight's on, they won't come on permanently, but you can see that as I push it backwards, it will stay on. If I push it backwards, it'll flash. If I push it forwards, it's supposed to stay on once, obviously I'm in at nighttime and the headlights are on. Turn signals here on the steering wheel. Forward and back, I can use the rear or the front. I've also, behind the steering wheel, have volume. It's a knob, kind of hard to show. So there's my volume. You can also click that. Click that button, it will mute. Click it again, unmute. Got our up and down paddle. Up paddle puts you in the first gear, like any Ferrari. We've got our start stop button. The way I've got it right now is just kind of an accessory mode. I just turn that on by hitting that button without pressing the gas, or without pressing the brake, and that will put me in accessory mode. We've got our Manatino here. It'll adjust digitally on the screen. And this one has Magna Ride, so I can click this center button. Right now work because I'm in comfort, but if I go to sport, click that, it'll go to bumpy road mode, which makes the suspension soft while everything else is kind of tuned up. So your gearbox, your differential, everything else will be, you know, maximum attack. Not maximum attack, but more aggressive than in comfort mode. And then obviously you've got race, and then ESC off will turn everything off. Your screen here, so pretty much everything's going to be operated by this little pad on the steering wheel. Oh, let me get this out of the way. We've got our windshield wipers. So we've got automatic. If I flip it up, it'll go into windshield wiper 1. I've got my sprayer, which I can hit there as well. So back to the screen, I've got my pad here. This is going to be basically my joystick or my, you know, my click pad. This is going to be my back, so it'll bring me to my main menu. So if I go to main menu, click on vehicle, it'll show me the status of everything. So I've got my tire pressures, visual color, you know, temperature of everything. It'll go to green once everything's warmed up. I can go down. This will be my trip odometer. Go down one more time. It'll give you my G meter. I'll click back and go to audio. If I go to audio, it gives me my audio settings. Click the center. So basically to select, I'm clicking the center, by the way. So I can click favorites, it'll show me what I've got saved in favorites. If I click it again, I can go to source, I can go to XM, I can go to AM, hard disk, USB, all that good stuff. And then if you got your phone plugged in, you can, or if you got your phone connected with Bluetooth, it'll show you that option as well. Menu, so it gives me my menu for each screen. So let's say I want to change the equalizer. I'll go to source, I'm going to put it back on FM, I'm going to click it again, I'm going to go to menu, I'm using my finger right here. Get the focus. I can choose HD radio only, I can go to audio settings, volume control, speed dependent volume, equalizer, balance fader, etc. I can go to navigation, click navigation. It's going to pull up my navigation screen. I can click the center again, put it on a favorite destination, recents, interactive mode. Lets me interact. So I already just chose it. So I can basically choose a point with my cursor there. Go to phone. So I can connect to phone, just click OK, go through the menu options. I'm not going to do that right now. Settings, I've got all my quick settings, again, for audio. Let me go back to the beginning. So settings here, I've got car settings. Kind of all the options here, TPMS calibration. Pretty much all the big car settings you're going to find in this initial screen. Infotainment. System language, so I can change the language, I can change the display settings. This is kind of cool, you can change the theme. So I can go yellow. I can change it to Rosso. Nero. With this car, because it's Grigio titanium, I think we're going to go with aluminum. And we'll leave it there. So kind of a cool little screen to play with. You can change the tachometer depending on your mood. Got your audio settings again. Advanced driving assistance system. So I've got speed alert. That is off. I can decide to set it on and turn it on, and then, you know, obviously choose a speed that it would alert me. Lane departure warning. Right now I've got it turned off. I'll leave it turned off. Traffic sign recognition I've got turned on. Automatic front sensor. For parking, let's turn that on. So you know what, let's leave that off. So that basically, whenever you're under a certain mile an hour, it'll turn that on as you get closer to something. I don't like that, just because if you're at a stoplight, sometimes it'll come on and kind of annoy me. So we'll leave that off, and then service will tell you once it needs to be serviced. So we've got another year. And that's pretty much it on this main screen here. Really kind of a cool way of doing it. If I swipe through, so I'm going to go to vehicle, and then I can just swipe like this, and it changes screen that I'm on, so I can kind of quickly get between screens. So leave that on radio. My screen here will be, for me it's a little bit easier to kind of do like the audio stuff like that, so I can just click. Right now I'm on the audio section of it. I've got my favorites, HD radio, direct tune, so I can tune between the various stations. Phone, again, it'll just pull up your phone, pretty easy to use. You can go through, look at recent calls, stuff like that, click them. Really nice function there. On any screen, I'm gonna have this little area where I can click that, add new device, etc. So it'll give me the options. So if I'm up here, I can click this and it gives me those main kind of options for the car. So I've got my balance fader, quick settings here, infotainment. Let's see, keyboard layout, leave that. Audio settings, so then you get your equalizer settings. We'll leave it there. You've got your navigation, so you can just click search. You know, I can either use my voice control here to search, or I can type in everything in. I won't go through that, but my climate control, really great screen here. Obviously, we'll use this quite a bit. So we've got our auto on each side. I can hit sync to make them equal. So if I decide to make this side, passenger side, let's say 82, I can sync them here. So right now they're synced. Oh, no, they're not synced. Now they're synced. Now I've got my fan speed, pretty easy. I can choose where I would want the air coming out right here, or just click auto, which is where I'll usually keep it. Kind of a quick access to volume here if you don't want to use the volume control behind the steering wheel. I can change this.
Leon Lindor leaves an enormous legacy, not only at Texas A&M.
I can change this here between the time and the temperature. And then again, on any screen, so if I go to audio, I've still got all of this down here. So I can go straight to my climate control screen, back to audio. I've got my seat adjustments. So I've got my heated seats. I can choose to have them all the way on, all the way off. If you got cooled seats, you can do that as well. Then I've got my fine tuning. So you've got your big adjustments are going to be on the side of the seat, but your fine tuning will be over there. Thigh bolsters, side bolsters, lumbar is really nice, back bolster. So yeah, they've got a ton of great options there. Kind of a quick screen. Anywhere you're at on this screen, you can just hit these icons on the bottom and it'll kind of give you a quick access to that. This car has passenger display, which is very cool. Again, this is for the passenger. They can adjust their seat right here. They can also obviously adjust it on this side, so you got left and right. We've got a performance screen. It'll show you gear speed or gear position, RPM. It'll also show you the temperature of the car. Let's see how fast you're going. Got our audio settings. I can turn that off and on. I can also adjust the volume right here as well. Then I can click this, kind of play with the air conditioning on that side. So pretty much anything you can do over here, you can also do here, but you also get you know, a few extra features like the performance screen, stuff like that. The main controls for driving the car, obviously to put in gear, you're going to hit the up paddle right here like any Ferrari. Neutral will be both pedals at the same time. Parking brake will be underneath the dash here, so I'll pull that to activate the parking brake. So let's say I'm getting out to go to the valet. I would hit both paddles and then I would pull the parking brake, and that'll put me in neutral while the car's still in park, engine's still running. If you decide to just get out, you can turn the car off and it will put the gearbox in park and also put the emergency brake on for you automatically. Whenever you decide to leave, you'll just hit this up paddle right here, put it in first gear, and then you can drive away. Once you take your foot off the brake, put it on the gas, it'll release the parking brake. So down here is how you put it into reverse. So if my car was on, I hit reverse with my foot on the brake, it would put me into reverse. I can toggle between auto and manual with this center center display here. So right now it'd be in manual. You'd also see right here, I'm gonna click it again, it'll change it to auto. So anytime you're in the car, you can see which one which position it's in as far as the gearbox, right in that little center part of the screen. And I've got launch control here. Launch control, I believe in this, you have to be in race. Hit launch control, foot on the brake, foot on the gas while it's in gear. Release the gas, it takes off. It'll rev up the motor and kind of drop the clutch. You've got your cup holders here, your cup holder. I like to put my phone either right down in this area, or if it'll fit, I'll slide it in here. There's one actually on each side, kind of cool, or you can put a wallet, something small there. In the center, which this one has the connectivity, so you can plug in and you get full like Apple CarPlay, stuff like that. And then you've got another USB and then a 9-volt. And you've also got a little holder right here. It's kind of hard to see, but a little holder for your key. So yeah. Up here, we will have lock and unlock for the doors. This is going to be to turn off your map lights whenever you get into the car. You're going to have your interior alarm. We use that on the showroom floor. Not typically needed otherwise. These going to be your lights. Really cool. You just kind of touch them and turn off and on. Really nice pressure sensor there. And that is the Ferrari Roma.